Disclaimer. This presentation is an exploration into some of the behind-the-scenes information surrounding the TV show Unsolved Mysteries. It is not an exploration into any of the mysteries themselves, but rather a behind-the-scenes look at the show based on information obtained through several websites. I mean no disrespect to any of the victims or families who have been linked to the show or to the tragedy some of them have endured. My heart goes out to anyone whose lives have been affected by crime and other tragedies. Join me. Perhaps you may be able to solve a mystery. These were the words spoken by legendary actor Robert Stack at the start of each episode of Unsolved Mysteries, a popular TV show which started in the late 80s and really took off in the 90s, where the show would explore all manner of unsolved mysteries, from missing people, to tracking down fugitives, to conspiracies, to exploring historical accuracies, and even exploring the world of the unknown and paranormal phenomena, such as ghosts, UFOs, aliens, life on Mars, and even Bigfoot. Yes, with each episode, viewers would explore a terrifying world of crime, murder, and supernatural occurrences beyond our understanding, where viewers with any knowledge or information of these occurrences can call in a hotline and help the show with its investigations. And not forgetting, of course, the theme music, which alone was enough for many of us 90s kids to be going to bed with our night lights on the account of how terrifying it was. So today we are exploring this bizarre, unique and often frightening show by looking into 10 amazing facts about Unsolved Mysteries. Then maybe we can unlock the secret as to what it was about this show that always saw us returning each week to get terrified some more. Let's check it out. Number 10. Unsolved Mysteries starred a would-be Hollywood actor. To help demonstrate to the viewers the incidents of the mysteries, Unsolved Mysteries would often create reenactments of what had taken place. This meant that actors were required to take part in the telling of the strange events. One actor who was unknown at the time but would go on to become a major Hollywood star was none other than Matthew McConaughey, who appeared in episode 12 season 5 in 1992, where he played a tragic murder victim. 1 year after making his debut in Unsolved Mysteries, McConaughey would go on to star in Dazed and Confused, followed by Angels in the Outfield and Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation. But as the 90s went on, his career really took off, starring in movies such as A Time to Kill, Amistad, and Ed TV, and even now he's still in demand, appearing in hits such as Interstellar and The Dark Tower. And to think this amazing career started all the way back in the early 90s when he starred in Unsolved Mysteries. Number 9. Robert Stack was also a funny man. One thing that was scarier than the show itself was its host Robert Stack. Armed with his no-nonsense raspy voice and long trench coat and often appearing in dark and mysterious places, his intensity was unparalleled, and you could tell that this was a man who meant business when it came to solving mysteries. But as much as Stack could be scary, he was also quite a funny man too. Stack was in fact a Hollywood actor whom had been around since the 50s when he appeared as Elliot Ness in the Untouchables TV series, but in the later days of his career it seemed he had a natural gift at comedy and appeared in many comical movies such as 1941, Airplane, Caddyshack 2, Joe vs. the Volcano, Beavis and Butthead Do America, and even parodied himself and his Unsolved Mysteries role in Basketball. Yeah, that's right, he made a movie with the South Park guys. So remember guys, as frightening as this man could be, he was equally hilarious and able to make fun of himself. Number 8, the show originally had a different title. The show first started in 1986 in the format of 3 specials, which were called Missing, Have You Seen This Person? The specials were conceived by producers John Cosgrove and Terry Dunn Murrah, who took their idea to NBC. And it was through the success of the 3 specials that the producers decided to carry on with the show and expand its content, So now it wasn't just dealing with missing persons, but all kinds of mysteries, even paranormal ones. So henceforth the show returned in 1987 under the title of Unsolved Mysteries, where no mystery was off limits. Number 7, there were several spin-off series. So of course, due to Unsolved Mysteries' popularity, this led to spin-off series. The first one was in 1992, which was a dramatised cult version called Final Appeal from the Files of Unsolved Mysteries, which was a show focusing on people whom had been wrongly accused, which was also hosted by Robert Stack. But the ratings were poor and the show didn't really take off. Then in 1995, an Unsolved Mystery primetime movie was aired, called Escape from Terror, the Teresa Stamper Story, which I guess you could say was a movie-length Unsolved Mystery reenactment. This was followed up with another Unsolved Mysteries primetime movie, with Voice from the Grave in 1996 and The Sleepwalker Killings in 1997. There was even something of an Australian version of Unsolved Mysteries called The Extraordinary, which ran from 1993 to 1997. Unlike Unsolved Mysteries, it mainly focused on supernatural mysteries, many of which also featured in Unsolved Mysteries, and it also explored a lot of Australian-based paranormal occurrences. And like Unsolved Mysteries, it had a terrifying host in the form of Warwick Moss, who also, like Stack, had a raspy voice. Be that an Australian one.
Yeah, The Extraordinary scared the you-know-what out of me.
Number 6, drawing the line from news broadcast to TV show. NBC, who broadcast Unsolved Mysteries, were worried that viewers may get Unsolved Mysteries confused with news broadcasting shows, such as Dateline, on the account that Unsolved Mysteries would often use interviews with actual victims of some of their segments, along with a hotline that viewers could call to shed some information on the mysteries presented. NBC News in particular were worried about this, so a disclaimer was put at the start of the show, explaining that this is not a news broadcast, and that the events seen in the show are indeed reenactments.
Phew! Glad we got that covered.
Number 5, the theme song is the stuff of nightmares. The one thing that everyone remembers about Unsolved Mysteries, its main theme. The theme is without a doubt pure nightmare fuel. The theme is so iconic and haunting, it won several awards, including Film and Television Music Award for Top TV Series in 1992 and 1993. The theme is considered as one of the most scariest TV themes, up there with the Doctor Who theme. The score was composed by Gary Malkin. So, with Unsolved Mysteries being one of the scariest pieces of music ever composed, what other terrifying music did he make? Why, of course, some of the music for the breakdancing movie Breakin'. Okay. I didn't see that one coming, I must admit. The theme is considered so important to those who watched Unsolved Mysteries back in the 90s, it was recently remastered using old recordings from the show, and released on vinyl record, giving it a clean, crisp sound, making it sound even more terrifying than ever.
Unsolved Mysteries on vinyl record. You would have to be a total geek to own that. Luckily, I've got my copy right here. And I've got to say, I love how they put a lot of detail and attention into this. They went all out with this release.
Number 4, the show was nominated for many awards. Each episode of Unsolved Mysteries was split into 4 segments, with each different segment being a completely different kind of mystery, spanning from crime mysteries to paranormal mysteries to conspiracies and even looking into historical events. This was done to appeal to a wider range of audience, to appeal to those who have a fascination with solving crime scenarios and missing persons, to those intrigued over the mystery of ghosts and aliens. And it seemed that this approach worked, as the show was so well received during the 90s, it was nominated for 6 Emmy Awards for the Outstanding Informational Series category. Each year from 1989 to 1995 would see Unsolved Mysteries get nominated, but sadly, it never won.
Well, I think the show should have won for Robert Stack's trench coat alone.
Number 3, Unsolved Mysteries did indeed solve a lot of mysteries. According to the show itself, over 1,000 families reunited with missing or lost members due to the show's efforts, and over half of the segments involving fugitives ended up being solved, which actually shows just how important Unsolved Mysteries was, and how there was so many benefits to such a show. Sadly though, if you were hoping the show would solve if ghosts and aliens are real or not, those mysteries are still down to interpretation. Number 2, the show went through several different TV stations. The original run of Unsolved Mysteries was distributed by Disney company Buena Vista Television. However, its actual broadcast would see it transcend through 4 different TV stations. The original station that Unsolved Mysteries called home was NBC, which in my opinion broadcast the show in its heyday, from 1987 to 1997. When supposedly the show was dropped to focus on more hip shows to appeal to younger audiences. CBS then picked up the show and ran with it on its channel from 1997 to 1999. And then Lifetime picked up the show in 2001 and showed Unsolved Mysteries till the following year, 2002. When Unsolved Mysteries had its revival in 2008, it was picked up by Paramount-owned network Spike, where it continued till 2010. Number 1. Robert Stack wasn't the only host of the show. Robert Stack's role in Unsolved Mysteries was definitely iconic and shaped the show into how we all know it. However, he wasn't the first person to host Unsolved Mysteries, but the third. When the show aired in 1987, Raymond Burr was the host. Burr is probably most remembered in the geek community for appearing in the Americanized version of the original Godzilla movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters. However, he eventually stood down, to which How the West Was Won and pattern actor Carl Morgan temporarily took over hosting duties, only hosting 2 episodes, till finally Robert Stack took over, and would host the show all the way up to 2002. Other hosts of the show who have appeared include Candyman actress Virginia Madsen, who co-hosted the show with Stack in 1999, and when Unsolved Mysteries was revived in 2008, it was hosted by Dennis Farina, who I'll always remember from Snatch.
So what was it about Unsolved Mysteries that we all loved? Well, I think naturally everyone loves a good mystery, and the reenactments gave the show a sense of drama. But this wasn't any old drama mystery. This was one that audiences can participate in and help solve. And the fact that the show helped save lives, reunite loved ones, and put away dangerous criminals is just brilliant and a testament to just how great Unsolved Mysteries was. I mean, after all, how many real-life criminals did you see The Simpsons and Baywatch put away? Anyway, I'm Minty, and remember, there will always be a mystery out there somewhere for you to solve.